Well, welcome to our last week of PowerJam. Can you believe it? You all have graduated onto the last week. So victories. My personal victory was I did a power hour and I went from 2 minus bookings next month where they had to move it to January to those slots filled, and I filled 2 slots in January. Outstanding. So I can't wait to hear your victories. I want you to share that in our thread, some victories you've had in PowerJam, and we are so close to finishing. There are 4 of us left in PowerJam, so congratulations. So tonight we're going to talk a lot about time management, business management, and emotional management, important parts of your business. Time management, the work hard, play hard theory. So you're never going to have more time, I hate to tell you. But time management is really about prioritizing your pieces of your life. You need to prioritize to be able to do the things you want to do and invest to create the life you really want, okay? So nobody has probably more time than the other, despite the idea that if you work outside the home or don't work outside the home, you're just busy. Or, if you're childless or with children, everyone has the same amount of time. It's how you use it. Okay, seasons of focus. This is an idea for you to kind of think about. That there's a time in your life, some seasons in your life will be harder than others, particularly when you're running your own business. And Jamboree is your own business. In order to do well in this business, you have to be self-motivated. The people that succeed are the ones that persist and continue to work, even though there's nobody there over your shoulder telling you to clock in. You have to be self-motivated to do it. So we're not looking for a perfect balanced life. We're looking for some harmony in the seasons of focus. So this might be a time of hard work for you. If you choose you want to move up, if you choose you want to continue to get those fast starts, you want to move into leadership, then you're going to have a season of putting more time into your business. What you put into your business is what you're going to get out of your business. And there's no point in your business where you're not going to be looking at booking, looking at sales, looking at hostess coaching, and looking at growing a team. And those are the areas that if you put into those income generating activities, you're going to see outcomes. But nothing happens until you get to work. All right, so creating systems that support you and make you happy. What works for you? Are you a pen and paper person? Do you like to jot things down? Do you like a planner? Are you an electronic person? Do you like to have everything come up on your iPhone or your smartphone? For me, I like pen and paper. I just can't get rid of it. I like my smartphone for doing my work, but I do not put to-dos and etc. I like to check it off. I've done Post-its since I was in, I think, college, and I continue to use that system. So find something that works for you. Find something that works for you regarding all your pieces you have to manage. And there's lots of plates. I call it a spinning plates is the way I talk about our business. So you have a plate spinning of your bookings. Are you getting bookings and continuing to book into the next month? Then your next plate is hostess coaching, developing those relationships with those hostesses and spinning that plate. Your next piece is sales. How's your parties going? How are you interacting? How are you providing deals and making it fun for people to buy? And your last piece is your team. Helping your team, motivating your team, answering their questions, and then looking at growing your team. Okay, so you have to spin all those plates, and as one plate's coming down, you pick it up and you spin it again. And find a system that works for you. For me, the idea of spinning those plates helps me in the morning. So I look at all my plates and think, okay, I need to work on team. All right, here I need to work on my marketing of my Tracy's BB Jammin' page, my business page. Then I look at all my parties. How are they going? How can I help my hostesses? How can I get sales out of those? So this is a great idea. It's called the 6 Most Important Things List. Charles Schwab teaches this concept, and he says every night before you go to sleep, make a list of only the top 6 things you need to do the next day, personal or professional either. I just do it with professional. Personal, I know what I have to do around here as far as the kids in the house, my husband, etc. But professionally, it's nice to write down your 6 big things. Since these are 6 big things, you want to do them as quickly as possible. That should be your focus, and it should be some of those plate spinning I talked about within your business. And the next day, if you haven't done all 6, you need to move whatever is left to the top of the list. Okay, a master list. Here's another great idea. Do what they call a brain dump of everything you need to do. Call this person, repainting your living room, getting new shoes for your kids, whatever it is, make a list. Then this gets your to-do list off your brain. You're not spinning around with so many things you have to do, you don't know where to start. As you go through the week thinking of things to do, start moving them to your 6 important things. Okay, so as you do that, you can prioritize and say, all right, this is what is a burning fire I need to put out. This is an area that needs some attention in my life. It'll free your mind to do everything else and you won't be forgetting anything. Business management. You are a business owner. You have your own business in Jamboree. Okay, as a leader, you can't do for one what you wouldn't do for 1,000. So as you continue to grow your team, you will see that your time is spent with your team, and it also needs to be spent for your business. But you need to think about a system of communication. How are you going to communicate with your ladies? For me, I love the little message piece on instant message, because I have Violet, wanting my attention and not really liking me doing phone calls. For some people, you have older children or no children, a phone call might be better, or an email, or a text. For me, that little voice piece, I think it's personal, it's fun. I love to hear your voices too. But you have to think about how you're going to touch base with customers, with hostesses, and with your team in a way that works effectively, that they feel valued, and you don't feel like you're spinning your wheels. Examples are PowerJam. Do you want to conduct a PowerJam training once a quarter or every 6 months? What works for your team? So as you move up, you can think about conducting your own PowerJam. For where you all are at right now, you've gone through PowerJam, and I'd love to hear your feedback and what you liked about it and what you didn't like. Daily vitamin. So if you invest 5 minutes of your morning, everything is going to be excellent if you can get your mind in the right frame. So we've been using Simple Voice, I think, is our kind of outreach for the daily vitamin. There's lots of things you can look at online as far as getting that good energy in the morning. Some people pray, some people meditate. Whatever it is that you need to do to start your mind with a fresh, good thought is good. Handwritten notes is another strategy with business management. I do handwritten notes in a label system all the time. I love that. I love to make sure I am giving those handwritten notes to my team. I think it's just, that's lost now in our society of high tech. We need high touch. So all those levels you can have high touch with your customers and your team is so important. Money. Make sure you're handling your money correctly. So we're going to be looking at TaxBot. We're getting towards the end of the year. TaxBot is a free service that Jamboree provides us, but keep track, keep a good ledger, because you are able to write off so many things, okay? You are able to write off all your postage. So anytime you buy stamps, keep those receipts. Anytime you send a package, you're able to write off your website, all those giveaways you give to people. You got to keep track of those. So you need to go back through and have a system for, these are the things I gave away and when I gave them away and what. Because when it comes time for taxes, you're going to be able to do that. And then you want to balance out giveaways versus income. And it's tough because this time of year, we tend to give away a little more because people are getting a lot from other companies. But as we get into past January and into February, we can probably back off some of those giveaways and get more into our hostess coaching and just how fabulous our product is alone, and do a little less giving away, I'm thinking. Oh, I love this one. So as far as money, don't invest your time in petty chores. So you want to be doing the dollar jobs, not the penny jobs, okay? So when you're looking at your time management, if you're spending all your time making beautiful images and, creating this gorgeous planner that has stickers and outlined things with marker, well, that's fantastic, but that's not going to get you any money. So you'll notice that if I'm doing well, my laundry is piled up and my desk is a mess. I know that I'm doing well, and I have mail that I have backed up on. That's a good sign. That means I'm generating my income. I'm in my parties. I'm working with my team. We're excelling, and that's what's been happening. So I've been backing up. Now, you still have to follow up. You have to do your mail. You have to have an organized system, but that shouldn't be your priority. And Facebook can be a huge time suck. So I could give you a huge cautionary flag to say that with Facebook, be very careful that you don't log on and just like posts and play games and find out, what's Santa going to give you this year and fun little things like that. Those are great. Those are fun little distractions. But Facebook should be seen as our professional workplace for the most part. Yes, home parties are fantastic and vendor fairs, but let's face it, most of us are using Facebook for a lot of our parties. So you should be focusing first your Facebook time on work. What is going on with your business page? What is going on with your parties, your hostesses, etc. The next tier is developing that rapport and relationship. So yes, liking, commenting, staying in contact with people, and making a fun post that people can interact with are huge and important. The last piece is something to think about as far as investing in help. I am not at that level, I'll be really honest, and I don't expect many of you are, that you are investing in help, but if you need that, you can. If you're at a place where you can invest in somebody to come put stamps on things and do that, what they call penny jobs, go ahead. I am lucky I have children and they can help with that. My Lexi loves to help do stamps and labels, and she helps a lot with those types of pieces. You can recruit family, or you can just say, this is an area that I'm going to do late at night. Just manage that well so that your daytime is focused on people, and your nighttime when people are asleep can be focused on paper or computer work. Emotional management, so key, because a lot of where you're going to go in this business is what you believe in yourself and how far you think you can go. So emotional intelligence consists of 4 attributes. It's crucial to you staying in your business and being joyful. So people you've invested in personally, emotionally, and through your time will be involved in your Jamboree journey. People are going to come and go. Okay, when you grow a team, you're going to have people that come in. 1/3 are working, is a stat. 1/3 are started, and 1/3 are on their way out. Unfortunately, we'd love everyone to stay, but things happen. There's a season in life that they're in Jamboree and they're not, and you need to roll with that. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to do their own thing. It's not personal. It's just business. Or perhaps they're not meant to be in the business for a long time. If they walk away, that's okay. Some will and some won't. Someone else is waiting who does want Jamboree and who does need it. So these are the areas of the 4 attributes of emotional intelligence. First is self-awareness. You need to recognize your emotions and how they're playing in. Do you get fearful? Do you get nervous about your business? Do you get angry at hostesses who don't get back to you? Are you riding that emotional roller coaster? You need to learn to be even-keeled and not take it personal. Step away when it's frustrating. Know your strengths and your weakness, and develop that self-confidence that you can do this. You can do this. You aren't in this unless you could. And if you definitely are in PowerJam right now, you're doing well. Self-management. You're going to be able to control your impulse feelings of, oh, I just want to quit. I'm frustrated. Okay, let's break that down into what's really happening. You need to break it down into what can I grow from, what can I learn from, and what am I going to change. You got to make an action plan is the way I talk about with self-management. Find healthy ways to handle those emotions. Vent to your sponsor. Always vent up. Don't vent down. Don't talk to anyone under you about frustrations unless it's in a lighthearted manner that you're kind of joking and relating to them on the same level. All right, so you want to take control when you're having a challenging moment. If you're striving for perfectionism, you're only going to frustrate yourself. Ain't that the truth? So when you have challenging moments, just take control and find a way to be constructive. How can you benefit your business when you're having this challenge? How can you get over that hump into the next level? Social awareness. You can understand the emotions, needs, and concerns of other people. If you have social awareness, you can pick up on emotional cues and feel comfortable socially and recognize the power of dynamics in a group. So understand what's going on within your team socially and how you can help them. That's just a connectedness thing for me. That's being aware of how people are doing and connecting with them. And if something is different, like they aren't contacting you and they're not getting in touch, find out what's going on with them for sure. Relationship management. So this is an area of emotional intelligence where you know how to develop and maintain good relationships and communicate clearly, inspiring and influencing others, and developing that really good rapport. Setting expectations and communicating clearly are so important in relationship management in the business because it's really hard. We feel very connected and we have fun. And at the same time, if you are sponsoring anybody in the business, you have that role of being their manager. So you have to balance the wanting to connect and support with also challenging someone when you see an area where they can grow in, with an area in something in their business that you know that can be done in a different way, in a better way. All right, things you can do as you work on emotional management. First is don't react right away. Think before you act. I always say if it's a strong emotion, pause and wait and regather yourself and then respond. You can always run things by your sponsor, but this is an area of growth that'll just come for some people that are more emotional than others and have stronger emotions. It's okay. You just need to think about how you want to word something that's very professional. Ask for divine guidance. Now, I would hope you don't think that's me, because I'm definitely not divine. But for me, that's God, going to God and praying. If that's not for you, that's okay. Ask for guidance from someone else. And you can always ask your sponsor too, but I'm definitely not divine. I think that's hilarious. You can ask for help in those situations, but often you know what you need to do. You just need someone to say you're doing the right thing. Find a healthy outlet. What's your healthy outlet for when you're frustrated? For me, when I'm having a bad day in my business, and I had some bad moments, believe it or not, even though I had like my biggest month, I sold like $3,000. I had some weeks where I had no sales, and I had some hostesses that weren't doing what they needed to do, and I felt like, okay, maybe this is the end of my journey. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this anymore. So those doubts happen to everybody. And what I did is I sent a little message saying, I'm having kind of a schlumpy day, is what I said to Stephanie. And she said, you can have a schlumpy day. What you need to do is take that day off. And I laughed, and she said, okay, I know you don't take a day off, and neither do I. She said, but you can take an hour off. I said, yeah, I can. I can take an hour off and go for a walk. I can spend time with my kids. I can turn my phone off, and I do. There are times where I turn my phone off and I ignore it, and it's not that I would ignore all of you, but I need that separation, because it can become over-consuming, and Jamboree shouldn't over-consume your life. It should be a joy. You need to find pockets of time where you work really hard, and pockets of time where you disconnect, and that's your business, and this is your personal life, which is much more important than anything we do in here. Speaking of that, seeing the big picture. Where does this fit in your life? Your identity is not just in Jamboree. Your identity is as a daughter, sister, wife, friend, worker, whatever. All those pieces are a part of you. The bigger picture is this can provide a wonderful income for you and perhaps your family. It can provide girlfriend time. It can provide a creative outlet that I hadn't had in a while. It can give you leadership skills, lots of pieces, but it doesn't replace all those big important pieces in your life. Replace your thoughts. When you're having a negative one, find a way to find something positive to that. Instead of thinking, I'm never going to get a booking, no one is going to want to book with me, oh, nobody's going to want to buy from me, say, I have the best parties ever, of course they're going to want to book with me. This is a little slump. I'm going to find hostess. Of course I am. I just need to get to work. Of course I'm going to have a sale. We have the best product ever. Put some great things on your nails, and I promise you, your thoughts will be positive again. Mine always are. Forgive your emotional triggers. So anything that stresses you, those moments, it happens. You're not perfect. You need to move past those points and say, hey, it was an emotional moment. I was stressed out. I was stressed out with my family, and forgive yourself. You're not going to be perfect. A reason, season, or a lifetime. So this is a big, long piece about people coming into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And you're going to find this in every aspect of your life, but even in Jamboree, especially with your team and customers. People are going to come in and out of your life for a reason, for a specific purpose, for you to grow or for them to grow, and for a season, for maybe a certain point in your life, or maybe for a lifetime. You might be building lifelong friendships within our team, within your customers, and I hope so. There's definitely a lot of you I've connected with big time, and I'm really excited to build those lifetime friendships with. And some of these people may just be a season, and it may hurt because you've invested time, but that's okay. That's all right. Know that all these relationships are in here for a purpose in your life. All right, we are at the end. Oh my goodness, homework. All right, here's your homework for the very last week. These are the pieces you need to complete. The first is time management change. I want you to think about what we talked about with time management, and maybe an aha moment happened. Maybe you need to reflect on that. You need to post in the PowerJam page, how are you going to change something with your time management? What's a piece you'd like to do differently to manage your time better? Maybe it's the first 6 you'd like to try. Maybe it's the I need to prioritize where I'm spending my time in my business. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I need to make a list and start figuring out which plates you need to spin, like my metaphor. Whatever it is, what's your time management change? Next is business management change. We talked about lots of aspects within the business. Is there an area you need to change as far as within running your business? Post that. The last is an emotional management change. Is there an area that's tripping you up? Are you feeling fearful, frustrated, down, depressed, whatever those negative, so to say, emotions that can trip us up and stop us in our tracks in our business and prevent you from your next step in success? What do you need to do to get out of those ruts and out of those emotional roller coaster rides so it's more of an even keel for you in the business? All right. Those are all things you need to. You can do it in one post. You can do it in separate posts. Write all that down. I'm going to put that in the PowerJam webpage. The last piece is your choose your own adventure. You get to select for a power hour. This is when I would tell you just do your power hour. This is when you absolutely should do. I get so much out of this. How about y'all? I totally love that 60 minutes of IGA. You know, it's contacting people that have bought from you and telling them about all the awesome things that are going on. Those glow in the dark jams, hello, that'd be a great one to talk about. And the next is, you know, getting those hostesses and coaching those hostesses. It's all your income generating. Do that for an hour. Maybe set up a recruiting interview. We have some really cool recruiting stuff we talked about last week. The next, hold and close one party the next 7 days. Hopefully you got at least one party going on. Book 2 new parties. Go January. Talk about double hostess points. It's happened in the last 2 years. I'd be shocked if they didn't do it again. Sponsor 1 new recruit in the next 7 days. Let's look at that recruiting interview, see who you can talk to about the opportunity. Make 20 commercial calls. This does not need to be on the phone. I have called no one. My commercial calls have been through Facebook and the messaging because I don't have anybody's phone numbers. But check in with those people that bought product. How's it working out for them? Is there anything they have questions about with the application? All right, that's it. So good luck, everybody, in our last week of PowerJam. Can't wait to see all the things that come out of this for everyone.